How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back to my comic life, where tonight I'm talking about the Dollhouse Family issue number 1. I have to say I love this cover. Not because it's something just beautiful, but it's just so eerie. Where you see that girl just in the corner looking fearful at her toy house. And then you see the lights on and just how realistic. And especially if you've seen the movie Hereditary, you see this house and you're just like, oh my god, this is really creepy, and they got a creepy looking girl. And I have this also. Hill House Comics is Joe Hill's curated comic line, and I don't know if it. I see the black label on there and the Joe Hill Comics. I don't know if they're just one and the same, but Joe Hill, this comic right here, which was written by M.R. Carey, Peter Gross, Vincent Locke, and Chris Peter, they did a wonderful job. So we see at the beginning this monster coming to Earth and destroying all these living things. And then we see this family getting this toy house. And it's from an aunt that the wife really doesn't recognize, but recognizes the last name. But it's a gift to her daughter, basically being like, hey, have fun with this. This is your inheritance. And the family looks like they're a loving family. But also, with the house, this cat starts to appear. And it's very much like a good setup. And you see inside the house and these figures that are very lifelike. And the whole entire house is just beyond what the toys look like. And I think this book takes place in 1979. Even the stepdad, he's wondering, he's like, dude, with how well this is done, we could sell this and make some real good cash off of it. But of course, the wife's like, no, this is for our daughter, and she's going to have a great time with it. And so through that, you get to see the daughter playing with the mother with this house, and you see the different figurines that come with the house, and it looks just like all very playful, and you really don't get a sense of danger within this family. But it's not until the wife and husband are alone that they start to bicker, and you definitely tell that that the relationship is not as strong as what you're led to believe at the beginning. And then it cuts back into 1826, where these guys are going and trying to make out the line of the different. Basically, they're going and basically making a map so they know everyone's property lines and all that good stuff. And they decide to take a walk, and they go into this cave. And what happens in this cave is so eerie. But the correlation between the two separate stories are not quite clear at this very moment. And then the strange thing is, the girl's playing with the house. The figures start talking to her. And it's not like she's scared of them at all. They basically tell her, hey, say this secret word, and you'll start to come and be our size, and you'll come and visit with us and basically escape your parents. And then you meet the different dolls, but now that they're live, and you get to meet them all. And I like this. It feels eerie, doesn't it? It's not like horror, like that's just jumping out at you. And like this book is taking its time. And a lot of books don't take the time, but this book is taking time. You see in these two separate stories, you wonder where it's all going to lead to. And the outcome of this issue, it makes you go, I don't know how many issues that the Dollhouse family has, but after this issue ends, you're like, where does this book go from here? Which I have no idea. I have no idea if like this book is going to be a thing that's going to be jumping throughout time or whatnot. All I know from here is a book that's slow paced, beautifully done. And I know it's not going to be for everybody. Definitely this book's not for everybody. But for me, like when I was reading, I was intrigued with the family dynamics, and then learning about the different people that live inside the house, and also how did they get there? And were they always living in the house? Well, you have to read the book to find out. And also, what's up with those guys that are making the line, the map, so that everyone knows what property, how much, where the property line is. What's their story? What's all that about? All I know is this first issue was really intriguing, a little bit slow, and definitely is not going to be for everybody. But if this is what Joe Hill Comics is going to be bringing, I am down to try every single new #1 from this comic line. And I am very intrigued to see how this DC's going to now, how they're going with different comic lines. If this is the type of quality we're getting where it feels like its own type of, it's not trying to be set in like a superhero mold. It feels like DC's trying to break away from that just a little bit to bring us something, yes, from the Vertigo line, but something different. And I really am enjoying it. So for my final review, the Dollhouse family, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a good story. A little slow, but I do believe that it's definitely something you guys should be picking up. So if you read this book, what did you guys think? And have you checked out any of the other Joe Hill's comics? Let me know down below what you guys like. And I'm going to be going and reading Basket Full of Heads. I think there's another one. And then you got this one right here, The Last Gods, which I see as a black label, but not part of Joe Hill. So it looks like DC's trying to do some very different stuff. So, have you read it? Let me know down below. As always, my name is David Lee. And if you like what you've seen here, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.